Lucy from the Chronicles of Narnia movies is all grown up. Actress Georgie Henley has forged an incredibly interesting creative career for herself. Watch on to discover how she's flourished and grown up to become unrecognizably gorgeous, both inside and out. Georgie Henley grew up feeling as if her fictional siblings were her actual real-life siblings. Her rise to fame began when she was cast in the Chronicles of Narnia series at just 7 years old. Her character, Lucy Pevensie, was the youngest of 4 siblings. Life on set wasn't easy for her at first, but she and her co-stars eventually ended up feeling like a real family. In the blooper reel for the first movie, viewers can see the 4 siblings laughing and singing together on set, and that closeness persisted into the sequels. In an interview for Prince Caspian, the second Narnia movie, Henley explained how close she was to Ben Barnes, a newcomer to the on-set family.
He was like another big brother to me, and that's all that I needed, really.
In 2020, Henley posted some throwback photos from the Narnia set on her Instagram, as she reminisced in the caption, "Honestly, all we did was smile every single day. We're so lucky, lucky, lucky." Playing Lucy Pevensie was a wonderful experience for Henley, but life off-set was a different story for the young star. In 2018, she spoke to the Times of London and revealed that she was actually the victim of some pretty harsh bullies when she was a kid. She shared, "I was bullied mercilessly. People were so awful to me at school. It was worsened by the films that I had done, by me being in and out of school. The bullying got so bad that Henley downplayed her acting achievements and avoided acting in school productions until her final year. After growing up a little more, she wished that she had been braver in the face of the bullying. As she told The Times, "It was that thing of not wanting to put your head above the parapet for fear of it being sliced off, but I should have had the confidence to be proud of what I did." It's no exaggeration to say that playing Lucy changed Georgie Henley's life. Many people daydream about being plucked out of obscurity and catapulted to a life of stardom, and for Henley, this dream became a reality.
To be in Narnia at 8, how did you get that job?
Crazy, yeah. It really was just pot luck, really.
She got the part after being recommended by a local drama teacher. As she described it to the Times of London, she was just plucked from nowhere. She also noted that she was inexperienced at the beginning and even started to cry on her first day when she had to film a scene over and over again because she thought she was getting it wrong. As she recalled on What's on Stage, "Narnia gave me everything I have now. At the time, I really felt like I jumped in at the deep end. On my first day, I had to be told not to look in the camera, but traveling the world and meeting all those people gave me the hope that I could carry on with acting as a career." It sounds like Henley's entire acting career was based on one lucky childhood audition. Talk about destiny taking over. Henley's days in a fantasy world eventually had to come to an end, so she filled her time with other projects, like attending an esteemed university. Post-Narnia, she decided to take a break from professional acting. As she told What's on Stage in 2018, "I went on and had a normal school life with some smaller film projects on the side." In 2013, it was announced that Henley had accepted a place at the world-famous Cambridge University to study English after receiving excellent marks in her final year of school. Cambridge is ranked by US News & World Report as the 9th best university in the world, so Henley could rest assured she was getting a quality education. She talked with What's on Stage about her university experience, saying, "Getting to Cambridge and being more anonymous was invaluable. English literature was also a great subject, as I got to study some of my favorite writers." It certainly sounds like Henley was craving a bit of normalcy after years in the spotlight, and who can blame her? After her time in Narnia, Henley decided to diversify her acting experience. When she arrived at Cambridge, she wasn't shy about getting involved in the student theater scene. In fact, she participated in plenty of student productions of all shapes and sizes. As she told What's on Stage, "The theater scene in Cambridge is incredible, and I'm lucky that I was a part of intimate productions like David Hare's Skylight or huge musicals like the Cambridge Footlights pantomime." In 2016, Henley talked with Varsity, Cambridge's student newspaper, about how acting in student theater productions taught her more about her beloved craft. As she put it, "I get so nervous when I'm acting, but I find that when I'm on stage, I completely forget my nerves. In film, there's the sense of it's forever, which is also terrifying. I can't really work out whether I prefer acting for theater or film, but there are definitely different pressures." While Henley didn't pursue that many professional film roles while she was at Cambridge, she nevertheless gained a vast theatrical education. Starring in a beloved fantasy series may have jump-started Henley's career, but she quickly proved that she wasn't scared to move on from the role that made her famous. And over the years, she's more than earned her fair share of attention. In 2014, for example, she starred in the thriller film The Sisterhood of Night. In a review in Variety, she was singled out for her performance. As critic Justin Chang noted, adorably earnest as she was then in the Chronicles of Narnia series, she's a quietly bewitching presence here, a performer who truly does seem to warrant her own cult-like following. In 2018, Henley starred in a heavy-hitting two-person play called Angry at London's Southwark Playhouse. What's on Stage reviewed the production and raved about Henley's performance, writing, "Henley's physical control and ability to construct countless individuals feels uncannily effortless, and for a performer making their professional stage debut, this no doubt bodes well for the future."
It's definitely a jump in the deep end to be doing this play, Angry, by Philip Ridley, a playwright who I just admire so much.
It's clear critics have long been impressed with Henley's acting skills, and we sure hope that trend continues for years to come. While Henley's acting talents have been clear since her younger days, that's not the only talent she brings to a film set. In 2016, she wrote and directed a short film called Tide. She'd been thinking about the idea for the film for 5 years before she finally made it. She was still attending Cambridge at the time, which ultimately felt perfect to her. As she explained to the student paper, "There's so much talent in Cambridge and so many resources that I wanted to make the most of that I thought, why not?" While Tide was just a small production that Henley made with her university friends, it still managed to be a success in its own way. Plenty of people took to social media to praise her work, with one person on Twitter calling it a beautiful, touching story with really nice photography. Another fan gushed, "I would like to congratulate everyone involved, but especially Henley, for directing something so beautiful and important. I was crying pretty much all throughout." Obviously, audiences have had no trouble noticing just how multi-talented Henley truly is. It's no secret that Georgie Henley got used to working on movies with hefty budgets from a very young age, but that doesn't mean she's now afraid to take on some less than lucrative roles. Far from it, in fact, as many of her recent projects have been decidedly low-budget affairs. In addition to writing and directing her own short film, she's also appeared in some experimental short films made by her friends. In 2018, she shared photos on Instagram from the set of a short film called Paradise that she made with her pal Karen Wechter. The 3-minute flick can be seen on Vimeo, but beware, it's a far cry from the plot-driven movies that most of Henley's fans are probably accustomed to. In 2019, Henley starred in another short film called Girl Sweet Voiced, which is based on the poetry of the ancient Greek writer Sappho. Like a true master of her craft, Henley is perfectly happy making work that she finds artistically rewarding, even if it isn't also financially rewarding. Henley's talents don't stop at just acting and directing. As it turns out, she's also written and published some poetry. In 2020, she took to Instagram to announce that 2 of her poems, entitled Midtown and Vita, were published in an anthology by Cypher Press. The poems were all about her experience of the 2020 COVID-19 lockdown. As she wrote in the caption, "I don't think I'm an especially tactile person, so was surprised at how much I missed touch as lockdown progressed, and how certain memories became more like fever dreams." 2 more of Henley's poems, entitled Encroach and Appraisal, were also published online in 2020 by Clavmag, along with accompanying recordings made by Henley herself. Additionally, some of her poems were published in the 2nd issue of the poetry journal, 14 Poems. It sure sounds like poetry has helped Henley stay busy, creative, and artistic during a dark time. Who needs a wardrobe to escape to a fantasy land when you can harness the power of words in the real world? Henley has made an impact on culture with her film work and poetry, but she's also done her best to make a positive impact on society at large as well. She's passionate about mental health, and she's spoken up on multiple occasions about the importance of acknowledging depression and anxiety. On World Mental Health Day in both 2018 and 2019, she posted personal and candid notes on Instagram about her passion for mental health advocacy. In the 2018 post, she offered an uplifting message to her fans as she wrote, "Look after each other and look after yourself. Progress is not linear. Crying can be as beneficial as laughing. All things will pass." And in the 2019 post, she expressed her gratefulness for social media as a platform on which people can open up about their mental health. She went on to confess that she'd been through some tough times, but she assured fans that she was learning to be kinder to herself. As she put it, "We deserve the love that we give to others. We deserve to give that same energy to ourselves." Henley is also a proud and outspoken feminist, as she frequently takes to social media to advocate for the power of women. In 2017, for example, she tweeted a photo of herself wearing a shirt emblazoned with the word feminist. She captioned the photo, "I am a feminist. Today on International Women's Day, as always, I believe in equality for all women. Queer women, trans women, women of color, disabled women." Talk about a bold and straightforward attitude about equality. In 2019, Henley again proclaimed her feminist inclinations, this time on Instagram, where she wrote, "Today I'm sending love to all the women in my life who are so very wonderful, to the women who inspire me and have blazed a trail for us all, and to myself, because I'm always my biggest critic and I want to become my biggest fan." It should be obvious by now that if you don't stick up for women, then Georgie Henley has something to say to you. Meanwhile, her acting career is still going strong. In 2019, she starred in the Starz historical drama The Spanish Princess. That same year, it was announced that she'd been cast in an upcoming prequel series to Game of Thrones, although by October, news hit that HBO had unfortunately decided to pass on it. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.